Excited to be here. Karibuni sana. Well, we're about to start our event. My name is Mwaike Mayenga from UNDP. I'll be your captain for the event this morning. This morning we're gathered here to witness the launch of call for funding for Funguo program. As we're gathered here today, I'm happy to see that we have all the stakeholders from the development partners, we have government officials, you have innovation ecosystem players, and also the media team. So for this morning, we'll focus on what the program offers, what the co-funding entails, and we'll have a number of speakers for the next 1 hour. So I want you to have your attention, and let's see if we can fund this morning learnings and also what to expect from the ecosystem. So without wasting further time, I'll say I'm happy to start by welcoming our first speaker that will do the opening remarks. She's coming from UNDP. She is the country resident representative, Madam Christine Musisi. So, karibu sana, and have your opening remarks. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Mwaike. Very welcome, everyone. You're a little bit, cold. Oh my goodness. Within the limits that are permitted, could you please just rub your neighbor's shoulder? within the limits permitted, so that we can feel warmer today. So Your Excellency, Manfredo Fanti, the Ambassador of the European Union delegation to Tanzania, Your Excellency Ms. Kemi Williams, my sister as well, Head of the Development in FCDO, UK, Dr. Amos Nungu, my brother, Director General of Tanzania Commission of Science and Technology, and all the innovators, our SDG innovation champions, our partners, ladies and gentlemen, habari za asubuhi. Habari za asubuhi. Niwasalimu kwa jina la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Yeah, I learned that one. Okay. Thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here, to stand in front of you today to usher in a new dawn for the Funguo Innovation Program. The program was launched last year. We have been trying to establish the systems, engage with the ecosystem, the innovation ecosystem. You have seen us in various engagements to really try and not only understand, but begin to establish the program in the way that would benefit all of the innovation ecosystem very well. As you all know, we have the financing element, we have the capacity development element, especially for the innovation hubs and other enablers in the ecosystem, and we also have the policy and enabling environment element, where we're working very closely with COSTECH, the Ministry of Education, in addressing, the enabling environment matters. So for us, it's such a pleasure that with the support of the European Union and the British government and UNDP, we are able to move forward with this component of the financing facility. We are starting with an innovation challenge, mainly because it takes some time to establish an independent legal facility that would provide financing that is blended, be it grant, loan, and equity investment on a sustainable basis. This will come hopefully within the coming year. But before we get there, we thought that it's important for us to actually start the financing part, grant form, but eventually it will become, a more sustainable approach. I would like to congratulate all of you who participated in the Innovation Week 2022. Many thanks to the leadership of the government, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, COSTECH, Ministry of Industry, Investment and Trade, which has also been an excellent partner with the UNDP in this process. And in addition to the Innovation Week and all the platforms we have engaged, for example, the one led by my sister here, we still intend to also establish a strategic innovation platform in which we will have very strategic engagements on the policy front, regulatory front, that would be able to to provide, feedback in improving the enabling environment for innovation in Tanzania. We really appreciate all the partnerships that we have had so far, and we will be expanding and engaging more. So I would like to mention before I finish, because there's supposed to be welcoming remarks, not a speech. I want to mention some of the nominated SDG champions who are here with us this morning. And if I mention your name, please, could you stand up so that we can recognize you? There's Lugendo Goda. Are you here? There is Lucas Malembo. Oh, where are our innovation champions? Henry Matayo. Oh, can you clap for him? Emmanuel Tlemu. Thank you. Gibson, Adam Duma. No, Juliana Marco, who's a lady. Yay. Welcome. Kelvin Paul. Rebecca Gilly, another lady. We need more gender sensitivity. Bahati Mgowe. Bahati is a lady. Where are you? I can't see you. You're behind the pillar, the column. Hi, Bahati. Thank you. Emmanuel Tlemo, I already mentioned. Gibson Kawago. Hey. Lydia Charles. Masood Kipanya, Victoria Mara, where? Hi, Victoria. You're sitting next to a most wonderful lady there. Victoria Mara, yes. Edgar Edmund, Liberata Kawamala, Paul Miovela, Nabir Jumane, hi, and Dr. Hassan Shinda. It's not here. Yes. So just as I finalize, I would like to reiterate that UNDP strongly believes in innovation and partnerships. And it's not just innovation, as I was explaining to my brother here. Our heart as UNDP is to see that poverty is eradicated. Without eradication of poverty, we cannot achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. So we are really, through Funguo, looking for those solutions that will ensure that nobody and no place is left behind. We are looking for solutions that will accelerate economic and social development so that even Tanzania achieves its aspirations of a higher middle income country. we are looking for those solutions that will break the burden of development from our people, because it's much slower. It's been much slower. The fact that we still don't have a solution to the whole, this djembe, you call it here. For me, it really bothers me a lot. Something that can be used by women, that reduces the labor, reduces the time, reduces the drudgery. We are looking for solutions that will really accelerate development for everybody. And sometimes I find that innovation can help even address some of the gender division of labor. For example, when you introduce a washing machine in a home, a man doesn't mind washing the clothes. So maybe we can introduce affordable technologies as well that can help to remove the drudgery from the women without taking away their income. So that's one of the challenges I'm asking you to think about. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. Asante sana kwa kunisikiliza.
Thank you, Christine. So, as Christine said, she spoke about the journey of how we got here, how Funguo was conceived. Just to remind you, Funguo is a program which came from a program which was being implemented by HDF. And HDF wouldn't have been successful without the patronage of COSTECH Tanzania. So we appreciate what COSTECH has done in taking care of HDF, and now they're also supporting Funguo to be able to deliver the value prop of the program. So with that said, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome on stage the Director General of COSTECH, Dr. Nungu, to come and give brief remarks. Karibu sana, Dr. Nungu.
Habari za asubuhi. Good morning. Na wasalimu kwa jina la Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Yes, kazi iendelee. Honorable Ambassador Manfredo Fund, Head of EU Delegation, Madam Kemi Williams, karibu sana. Development Director for the British High Commission, dada yangu Christine Msisi, thank you for the job well done. And the ecosystem players in the room, good morning. Yeah, it is an honor to be here today. As the MC said, COSTECH, we have been working together with the then HDIF, and then now Funguo, to see to it that the innovation ecosystem in the country is well functioning, so that we can achieve all our goals, starting with the UNDP for the poverty reduction and more. Because the government has only one single role among others, putting down conducive environment. If that is achieved, then the rest, the society, the ecosystem will take care. That's why even yesterday, our president, Madam Samia Suluhu Hassan, said again that the government does not do business. If the environment is conducive, then private sector will do the business. That's why we worked together, and we are still working with the Funguo to see that we have that conducive environment. And this year, we have the 8th Innovation Week together. On top of that, we have the fourth Makisatu. The idea was Makisatu was kind of taking care of those which were not taken care by the HDIF program. Because when I came in, it was kind of, you have people who are in the universities, they were enjoying the BUNI and the DTBI services at COSTECH because it was accessible to them. But also, HDIF was having people also who can make PowerPoint presentations. So we said, let us make a complement, have another program to cater beyond for those who are not capable of making the PowerPoint presentation or are not in Dar es Salaam to access BUNI and the DTBI. Together, we managed to increase the number of hubs in the country, but also through Makisatu, we could even cover the grassroots innovators in the country. Last year, we were challenged by the Prime Minister to open up the Makisatu and the Innovation Week. This year, we managed to go more than 15 regions, and the next year we expect to have the whole country. But that could not be possible without the collaboration between the government and other partners, specifically Funguo played a big role. Talking about Funguo program, the Innovation Week, the Makisatu, as I mentioned, this year we have the fourth Makisatu program, where Makisatu, I think, is now a common acronym. In Swahili, Makisatu is a short name for Mashindano ya Kitaifa ya Sayansi, Teknolojia na Ubunifu. So, national competition for science, technology, and innovation. The idea is simple. We identify and we support them. For the last 3 years, the government, together with SIDA, have been supporting those Makisatu winners. We have learned a lot of lessons. And this year, I was discussing with Joseph that in Makisatu we have 7 categories. Those in primary school, secondary school, all the way to the university level. The innovations are at different stages. Even the innovators themselves, some of them, they're still students. So when we say we support them, the support will not be the same. So we have discussed with Joseph that maybe through Funguo, we can look into that primary and secondary school innovators have a different way of supporting them. That's why today I'm here very confident that when we are launching the Funguo program, because I know for sure that few from the Makisatu will be able to participate, because we have good innovators from the grassroots, but the Funguo, you have to log in the system, make the applications, and some of these innovators, they have good products, but they know how to deal with the system is a challenge still. And since, we go by merit, yes, but the innovator themselves has to go in the system and apply. And we have that gap that we have innovators who, they are not yet there to be able to access the Funguo funding we are launching today. That's why I have to discuss with Joseph before even the launch that, yes, we are launching, but I have innovators on my deck which they won't be able to apply for this fund. And as I said, the government has the job to have that conducive environment and wherever possible to provide the seed funding for these innovators so that they can be able to reach a point where they can also apply to the Funguo and other funding opportunities. So I'm glad that today we are able to fulfill that one role, launching this program for our innovators to apply. But also I'm glad that Funguo also was open that we can also discuss to see how can we work with this lower cadre who are not yet able to be ready to apply for this program. Because if we don't cultivate the pipeline, then the next call, we might have the same kind of people repeating the application because the majority, they don't have the prerequisite skills or the environment to fulfill the requirement to be able to apply. So I call upon, because already, Funguo is on board, but other stakeholders to work with the government. As I said, we are very listening, and we have proved that we can work together to put down the condition environment so that our innovators can be prepared to be able to participate in the opportunities available. I think 3 weeks ago, there was a meeting I participated where TSA, the Tanzania Startup Association, invited stakeholders to discuss about alternative financing. The Ministry of Finance committed that the government, we are ready to work together to find ways where we can make that environment possible so that our innovators can be prepared, able, ready to participate in the global market. So once again, thank you to UNDP and the partners for the Funguo program, because I believe it will have a far-reaching effect to our innovators. But also, on the other side, we still have work to do. As I said, I have a database where we have many innovators. They can't apply now. So other players, Funguo included, I invite them to work together so that we can prepare that pipeline so that it will never dry. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for everybody who are here, because without the innovators, then this funding won't make that change, because we have to be ready. Otherwise, partners will come on board, make the fund available, but the players in the ecosystem are the ones who are supposed now to come forth and apply for the funding, but also provide feedback, because sometimes if we are building a good thing but we don't have feedback, then it might be, it is our wishes, not the reality on the ground. So at COSTECH, as well as Funguo, I assume the same, that we need feedback, so that, what we are doing, it caters the reality on the ground. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza, and again, congratulations to Funguo for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Nungu. Thank you very much. As we've all heard, he has provided the observations based on his experience in the ecosystem, based on COSTECH's experience in funding innovation. He has provided recommendations on how we can move forward. How can we be more inclusive of other innovators that are not at this maturity stage to access the funding. Clearly, I'm sure Funguo team, UNDP team, and everybody's taking that on board. But the most important thing of all, he has provided commitment as a representative of the government, that the government is ready to set funds aside to fund the startups in Tanzania, to fund the innovation ecosystem. So he has challenged the innovators, be ready, so that when funds coming in, you should be able to take the opportunity. Otherwise, it will be a waste. Thank you very much, Dr. Nungu. So my next speaker is the person who brought us here to where we are today. Today we are talking about Funguo. Funguo is a Swahili word, which in English means it's a key. But for you to be able to use a key to open something, somebody must have built something. So these are the guys who came here to Tanzania 10 years ago, saw a missing link, and they tried to bridge it. These are the government of United Kingdom. They came into Tanzania, they started the innovation program, HDF, which grew together with Costech, and it graduated to Funguo program. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the Director of Development from British High Commission, Ms. Kemi Williams. Karibu sana, and give us brief remarks.
Good morning, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the European Union, Ambassador Manfredo Fanti, the resident representative of UNDP, my sister, Christine Musisi, Dr. Amos Nungu, DG of Costech, other development partners and government representatives, innovators, entrepreneurs, SDG champions, grantees, and members of the media. Habari za asubuhi and good morning. I often, when I come to meetings, have to explain my name. I am here from the British High Commission, and I'm a British person, but I have a name that is Tanzanian. And I have found when I introduce myself as Kemi Williams, people expect me to be able to speak Swahili. So first of all, apologies. My Kemi is not from Tanzania. My Kemi is from Nigeria, which is where I was originally born. So I'm Ulu Kemi, not Kemi Lembe. But I promise to learn Swahili so that I don't have to have this explanation wherever I go. I'm delighted to be here nonetheless and to represent the UK government as one of the contributing donors to the Funguo Innovation Programme, especially at this first call for grant funding for the Tanzanian impact-driven startup. The UK has been very pleased to work in partnership with UNCDF, UNDP, Costech, and the European delegation in Tanzania. And we've provided to Funguo about £500,000 through our Africa Technology and Innovation Partnership Programme. This is a programme that works in many African countries, of which Tanzania is one. And it is helping towards the implementation of this Funguo programme. And as has been mentioned, our support is to Funguo builds on and carries on the legacy of the UK-funded Human Development Innovation Fund, HDIF programme, which has supported and provided innovation and helped improve outcomes in education, health, and water and sanitation in Tanzania. HDIF did this through providing innovative funding and technical assistance, strengthening engagement with the government of Tanzania, and building strong strategic networks that successfully supported the diffusion of innovation in Tanzania. We're very strongly committed to innovation and technology. We see it as a means to an end. As my sister Christine has said, the end point is poverty reduction. The end point is improving incomes. The end point is allowing creativity, particularly amongst young people and people who are investing in themselves and their communities. So I want to congratulate Dr. Nungu, particularly for Innovation Week and the partners that worked on it this year. I know it's the 8th one, and I see that as an example of the kind of ecosystem that is being built in Tanzania towards innovation and technology. Innovation and technology is a key part of the British government's strategic vision here. We're now called FCDO. We used to be called DFID. Again, maybe an explanation. DFID was merged with the Foreign Office, and so we're now the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO. And our strategy in Tanzania is in alignment with Tanzania's development agenda. and I'm therefore very excited that Funguo is launching this first application window for grant funding to identify and support qualified Tanzanian impact-driven startups with the potential to grow their business and contribute to Tanzania's development. I'm sure that this call will build on the work that has gone before, will work within the ecosystem that has been established, will receive some exciting and innovative applications. I wish all the applications the best of luck. I know that they're not here, but I know that there are representatives here who will be able to reach out to them. So I want to end by saying thank you very much. Asante sana.
Asante sana. Kemi. Asante sana. Asante sana. Thank you for the groundbreaking work FCDO has done. Thank you for your continuing delivery and commitment to Tanzania and the program and the ecosystem. Asante sana. So my next speaker, these are the guys that they saw a train running, going for opportunities, and they, among other many things they do in Tanzania and in Africa, they decided to take a risk and jump on this train with us so that they can run more faster and provide more impact. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the Ambassador of European Union delegation to Tanzania and East Africa, Ambassador Manfred Fanti, to come and give brief remarks. Thank you very much.
Christine, Kemi, Dr. Nungu, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Habari za asubuhi. I'm glad that you said we caught the train and that we didn't go under the train. Well, it's true. We have caught a train that was advancing very quickly. And what I would like to say today is that the European Union has been here in Tanzania with its cooperation for 47 years. And we have seen this country gradually changing. And we see that today this country is changing even more rapidly. We see a lot of young, talented people who are really looking for a better future, and an economy which is growing and diversifying. And this is the spirit of the intervention of the European Union in this program, and also in all the cooperation that we implement here in Tanzania. Because we are clearly in front of a changing country. Quite quickly, a country which has always been traditionally an agricultural one, and which is now heading more and more to industry, to services, and of course to innovation. And innovation is a key element in order to achieve the objective of sustainable results, sustainable development in all sectors, environment, agriculture, fight against climate, and of course also all other economic activities, including the more traditional ones such as agriculture. Without innovation, it will be more complicated to produce the products that are requested by the markets internationally. So this is the spirit of our partnership with the government of Tanzania and with the other stakeholders, such as the private sector and the universities. We are very glad to be able to participate in this collective effort because we, as European Union, strongly believe in this country and in its people. It's a country which has achieved remarkable things in its 60 years of independence, and we really are optimistic about its future. So Funguo is part of all that. It is a contribution of the European Union to the innovation program. It is part of a wider program which we call in our jargon BEGIN, and which is supporting the development of the private sector. One leg of this program is also supporting the Tanzanian Bureau of Standards in order to improve the compliance with international quality standards and therefore reach the markets in Europe and elsewhere. And there are also other programs which go in this direction. For instance, we are launching these days a new program supporting the digitalization of the public administration and of the economy. We are already working on another program which is introducing support to the introduction of more sustainable cleaning solutions. This is also innovation because this is going to replace very traditional ways. And we will soon start a program on blue economy, which will be the biggest program we will have in Tanzania with a total budget of 110 million euros. So, I don't want to be too long. I just wanted to explain the rationale of the intervention of the European Union and the fact that we are very glad that all these activities are implemented, first of all programmed and then implemented in close cooperation with the Tanzanian authorities. Thank you very much for your attention.
47 years in Tanzania. That's even older than me. 47 years, and still going strong, actually. Thank you very much for your commitment to Tanzania. Thank you for the many other things you do for this country and this continent. And hope you won't jump off this train. You'll invite more people to run with us. We're advancing very fast. Now, the moment for our innovators, our founders, startups. Next speaker will come here and take us to school about the call for funding for Funguo. He'll come to tell us the do's and the don'ts and the hows to go about it. So without wasting time, I would like to welcome the captain of Funguo team, Funguo Innovation Program, Mr. Joseph Manirakiza. Karibu sana.
Yeah, thanks, Mwaike. I always don't like standing on the podium, so that's why I was asking for a mobile mic, right? Well, before I go through the actual presentation, I just wanted to thank everyone who is here, who has shown up here. I think you have found that you are a mix of people. We try to look around the ecosystem and try to be representative of everyone so that we can actually take the message much wider. And thanks, Dr. Nungu, for giving us a challenge. Maybe I just wanted to address a few things that he has mentioned before I go into the actual presentation. He always said that HDF used to focus on those who can do PowerPoints. But I think that was at the beginning, because I think later on the end we kind of changed tack. We actually found that innovation tech programs in general are kind of exclusive. And we think that needs to change. So we started doing that during HDF, but now that's actually an intentional objective under Funguo, that we need to go beyond our usual suspect, as we usually call them. And beyond what we're going to be doing, I think there's so many other initiatives we're working on that we're going to work with COSTECH to be able to reach those that sometimes tend to get forgotten. So we have been having quite a number of discussions to be able to achieve that, and having COSTECH as a partner, we can achieve much more through the other initiatives that they're actually doing through our partnership. So that's number one. But again, saying that we focus on those who can, we actually believe, we dream of a country where everyone is going to be able to do PowerPoints anyway. We are building a digital nation, right? We have a very big program under World Bank, which is turning Tanzania to be digital. So that's not going to be a concern in a few years to come, because digital literacy is now a must. It's no longer just about knowing how to write and read. It's about how to be able to use the IT gadget. So that's not going to be a concern anymore. And number two, because people that we are going to be working with also in innovation enablers, we are trying to reach out those who are not necessarily based in Dar es Salaam or in the cities. So we're going to be working even those who actually work directly with the grassroots innovators. So that's what we intend to do, beyond just supporting startups that are going to grow and be able to reach millions of people. And so we are open for discussions. We are still exploring as well. It's an innovation program. It's going to be agile. It's going to be dynamic as we go. So we are going to keep on innovating as what we're supposed to be supporting. So thanks very much for all the support. Thanks for EU and FCDO support, and UNDP for trying to give us a room to grow. So without going any further, I just want to take you through, just briefly, I think we've been talking about what Funguo is all about for a number of occasions. We're going to keep on repeating so you can actually be able to stick into us. We've already heard that Funguo is a spillover of HDIF, which was gradually supported by the UK government for almost 8 years. And the idea behind Funguo was basically to sustain the work that we had already done with COSTECH. We didn't want it just to be a program and then close it and that's it. So that was actually a challenge we were given by the ecosystem itself, that you cannot just run all this great initiative and just live like that. So that's why now UNDP came on board, like, yeah, we can actually support this vision, and then invite other partners to join us to actually take it forward. And how that's going to be sustained based on that lesson we learned through implementing HDF is that Funguo starts as a program, garners all the partnerships, but then transforms into an independent entity which is going to be a legal entity. So it doesn't operate as a program which is going to end. So that's the lesson that we are trying to implement right now. And Mboike has touched on what we focus on at the moment. Is actually 3 key things that have also come from the engagement with the innovation ecosystem. That's innovation financing. We know that startups and innovative SMEs still have issue with accessing finance. So we want to be able to leverage on what we can do to enable them to get additional financing from those who are still seeing them as risky. So if we can do something to de-risk them so we can be attracted to those other investors, that's going to be our win. But also want to focus on innovation service delivery. That's the whole support system. Working with the innovation enablers, the lawyers, the innovation hubs, accelerators. How can we amplify what they're already doing to be able to support more startups come out of the ecosystem? We're always saying that we actually tend to compare ourselves with Nigeria. That why is that all the VC money goes to Nigeria? Why do we have more money going to Kenya but not coming to Tanzania? There could be that there are so many other factors that we're also working on with the government, but the fact that we don't also have a healthy pipeline could also contribute to that. So we want to be able to contribute to addressing that as well. So we can only do that by working with those people who are trying to support the startups to come out of age. And number 3, which is also more important, you cannot do, it doesn't matter how much money you put into the ecosystem or how strong the innovation enablers are, if the innovation enabling environment is also not supportive. So gladly that now we are seeing a lot of movement from the government side that they are looking at all the policies which are kind of hindering the innovation ecosystem to grow. So through COSTECH, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Trade, and the Ministry of Communication and ICT. So there are so many other initiatives that are trying to do. So what we're trying to do is to be able to support those initiatives and so we can actually go much faster, working with partners who are working into that. So that's why the innovation enabling environment is. That's why we have a platform like Innovation Week, so we can actually have all these people discussing, talking, sharing, and also touching on these policy dialogues that we are having. So our approach when it comes to innovation financing, as I said, Funguo is not going to be like a huge bank that's going to be giving out money. We are just going to be more like just catalytic. And we are going to, when it comes to innovation for startups, we are going to be looking at those that have got the potential to be able to scale. And what we want to look at is to support those startup innovation and SMEs that don't intend to remain small, because if you support small only businesses which intend to be small, they're not going to be able to achieve the impact that we want them to achieve. So we want to support those that are going to grow to be able to create employment. That we are always talking that we have too many young people who would like to do something but they don't have that opportunity. So if you can achieve that by helping creating more business that can create those job opportunities, I think we are going to be contributing quite interesting. So that's the approach that we are trying to do. And what this call is going to be, because I said that this is the first call, there are going to be many more coming. Some of them are going to be targeted depending on who the funders are or what the funders want. So for this one, it's going to be a grant, because I said that in the long run, what Funguo want to become is to be able to provide a blended kind of finance, so you can be able to provide what is actually needed. But we are going to start with a grant. The ticket size is going to start from 50 million to 200 million shillings. So that's say between 20 or slightly below 25,000 to 85,000 USD. We believe that can be able to at least to support or maybe be catalytic to those who are looking to be attractive to other investment sources. And we have just basic eligibility criteria. BAS has to be registered in Tanzania, legally registered in Tanzania. It has to be majority owned by Tanzanian citizens. So that's looking at, I mean, in terms of majority, we're looking at 51% above. We are, for this particular call, we are looking at those that are beyond ideation and the prototype, at least that have got some traction in the market. If you can showcase to have got numbers of people who are using your product or service, you are generating some revenue. We are not necessarily saying you have to be post-profit or anything. At least you show that your service is needed in the market. That's fine. So it has to be for profit for this particular one. It's not for NGO, because we believe that other platforms can be able to help that. And women-owned and women-led startups are going to be given special consideration for this particular one. That's also one of the things that I think Dr. Nung touched on, that we have to also be inclusive. So here we are going to be looking at specifically women-owned and women-run kind of businesses that we could do a specific window. But in every call, we are going to try as much as possible to be able to give special consideration to women-led businesses. So the selection criteria are very, I don't want to say basic, because it's an innovation fund, so you have to be innovative. You have to tell us how innovative you are. And there are going to be guiding questions to kind of lead you to say, okay, this is actually how innovative you are, this is a kind of unique selling proposal that we have over others. This is how we compare with the competition. And we are proposing that you can actually use some of the frameworks available to be able to tell how innovative your business is. One of them is doubling 10 types of innovation that we have been using quite a lot, which can mean whatever you do can be able to place it into this framework. So the link is going to be provided in the form. You can be able to read about it and then be able to place your business. So it's going to be easy and interactive. And the other one that we're looking at is the potential to scale. I think I've mentioned that as well. You have to tell us exactly how your business is going to grow, because by the growing, that's the only way that you can be able to bring about the impact at the scale that we would like to see. And that's the only way that you can be able to create more business, more jobs, both directly and indirectly for the young people that are looking. And the number 3 is the viability. So this is just about your business, that you can be able to explain exactly what is it that you are doing, how is it viable. So we are providing a list of guiding questions that are going to be able to help you explain your business viability. So we are breaking it down even because I know there are some lawyers who are startup founders. So the fact that you haven't gone to business school shouldn't be a limit for you to be able to apply that we are using a jargon. So that's how we are trying to break it down. And the other one is about governance and management soundness, like the type of team you have, the kind of governance structure, how do you make decisions. And these are the things that you're probably already doing, but by helping you put it in on paper, it kind of helps even the evaluator who's going to be looking at your business that, okay, these people actually know what they're doing. So that gives you an edge. And lastly, as we said that we are looking for impact-driven startups, or SMEs, we also have to tell us like how you contribute to development impact. And here SDGs come into play. Like you have to tell, okay, what kind of SDG are you contributing to and how? So you need to be able to explain this at the moment. So in terms of timelines, today the call is going to be open. We're going to be launching it symbolically. The application link is going to be live at 11 a.m. today, which means after we are done here, the application link is open. And from 20th, which is from next week, so we are basically giving a few days for starters to be able to look at the form, to familiarize themselves with the call. And then we are going to start info sessions, so you can be able to respond to questions. So here I'm going to be able to reach out to our partner innovation hubs, spaces. If you have, you have some of your communities that come to your space, you can invite us to come and interact with them, respond to their questions, go through the form. I think that's going to enable so many people to be able to apply. So we are going to do that both virtually. We are going to visit your spaces. We are going to go to different places in Tanzania to be able to reach out to many people. Because we believe if we get as many good applications as possible, then we can also be able to make a case for more funding to come in, because that shows that there's appetite. So we're going to count on you spreading the message and also informing your portfolio for those who have got portfolio of startups that they're incubating, so they can be able to apply. The deadline is going to be 31st of July, so it's exactly 1.5 months of engaging and applying. It's not very difficult. We are not asking so many documents. So just the basic, which is actually trying to show that you actually have a business directory running. And we are going to measure that from August to September, we finish all the reviews and we can start disbursing in September. So that's the basic timelines. We are doing this in partnership with our partner UNCDF, so using the platform that's going to be run on the UNCDF platform. So this is the link. Of course, we have already shared it on our social media. We are going to take you through how it works for those that we are going to be engaging with. So once you click on that, it's going to be available on our website as well. You will be prompted just to register, to open an account and that. And then there are going to be guiding questions on how you'll be able to apply your put your application. So as I was saying that you may be requested to upload some of the basic documents, basically not so many, that most of the staff already have anyway. And this is going to be, so it's an easy application process. So we are looking forward to engaging with all of you and to receiving as many applications as possible, so that we can be able to create a good baseline for the next funding. So asanteni sana, and that will be it. Back to you, Mboike.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Joseph. I'm excited with where this train is going. I'm excited with the journey to unlock potential for startups and innovators in this country to provide impact in all areas with the SDGs. So we're ready. So without wasting more time, I think we are doing very well on time. Let's make progress. This is the moment we've been waiting for. I would like to ask, I would like to ask Madam Christine, Ms. Kemi, Ambassador Manfredo, Dr. Nungu to come on stage so that we do a symbolic launch of this call. Then after that, we should be able to move on with our program and start the application process. So karibuni on stage. As they are coming on stage, I'd like to ask everyone else to stand up. Karibu sana. Yes. Yes. Music, please. All right. As our colleagues here, they'll do the party pop and music, please. You'll do it on my count to 3, and we all say, Funguo, innovation unlocked. All right? 1. DJ, you're holding us. You are standing between us and money. The innovators hungry for impact. All right. We'll be there soon. DJ. Ready? All right. So as the DJ is setting up, We all remember, I count on 3, and when you say Funguo, we say innovation unlock. So let's practice. Funguo. Funguo. Perfect. Perfect. DJ. All right. So we're going to do it with an a cappella setup. All right? All right. So on my count, 1, 2, 3. Funguo. Funguo. Thank you. Woohoo. Yeah, and the music made it. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Please, you can proceed to your sittings. Wow, that went well. We all love a cappella. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, finally, we are here. The link is live. Between now and the application window is closed, when we'll have another 2 months, for review, vetting, and disbursement. Maybe another thing to add as much, we are used to innovation ecosystem to be an all-English setup. With Funguo, we will allow people to present and pitch in Swahili also, so that it's more inclusive and everyone will have an equal opportunity for funding. So the playing field has been stretched much further and leveled for everyone. Asante sana. So while we are edging closer to the end of our event, or end of our program, I would like to welcome, so this next speaker that will come to do the vote of thanks is coming from UNCDF. UNCDF is a technical arm of United Nations mandated to deal with capital. They are the co-implementer of the Funguo program in the wing of financing. So to understand this, that Funguo is being implemented by UNDP together with UNCDF. So UNCDF handles the financing part of the Funguo. So I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Paul Damocha, the digital finance expert, to do the vote of thanks. Karibu sana, Paul.
Asante sana, Mwaike. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So my task is simple. I am Paul Damocha from UNCDF, a co-partner of UNDP in this. And I would like to thank everyone for coming here. Thank you for all the partners that you've had, EU for really financing this, the British High Commission, UNDP for leading all UN agencies and other ecosystem partners or players in this initiative, Dr. Amos Nungu and COSTEC, the whole COSTEC team, and of course the team that implements Funguo, led by Joseph Mairakiza. To close, I'll just probably want to remind you of a few things that we said, which is we need to take this home. I think Joseph really described that this is going to really go to the grassroots. This is going to target all innovators and entrepreneurs, just beyond the PPTs and those who do very good presentations. This is just catalytic funding. Of course, all this is supposed to prepare us for future funding, which could be commercial funding, venture funding, and others. And the ticket size for this is 50 million to 200 million Tanzania shillings. So apply. Of course, women-owned, women-led is going to be given a special consideration. And remember, it always has to be impact-driven. As you do the application, remember to look at the SDG contribution that you make. And just to remember also what Madam Kemi Williams said from the British High Commission, that this is a means to an end, that we are supporting innovation as a way to reduce poverty. So this is one of the many initiatives. The EU, of course, mentioned the different ways in which they support innovation beyond Funguo on what they do around clean energy and the digital economy. And finally, what I'll just want to say is that all these unlocks or coordinates, I mean, UNDP coordinates what other partners and players do in the ecosystem. And one of it is UNCDF also has a more narrower focus on supporting innovation startups. Of course, we look more at the fintechs or digital-enabled, tech-enabled kind of startups. We just closed an application, an expression of interest, which is mostly loans and guarantees. And this is going to still be open on a rolling basis. Every quarter, we are going to close the application. So as you look at other opportunities, please remember that there are these opportunities that are open. We also just closed the applications for the PesaTech Accelerator, which is a one-year program targeting innovators, again, within fintech or digital-enabled startups. And so, of course, there are many others. There is Sahara Ventures and many other hubs, other initiatives that are around. So finally, what I'll just want to say is that maybe just apply this analogy that we learned. When we were studying, we were told 25% is what the teacher gives you, right? And the other 75% comes from you. So with all that Joseph laid out here, with all the support that you get on innovation financing, on innovation enabling environment, on innovation services, that support can just go that far. That's why us on this side, we say we're providing support. By us, I mean EU, British High Commission, UNDP, and all others. All we're doing is support. But the work is on you, the innovators, and the entrepreneurs. Even as we say that, of course, not forgetting that for us, that support is full-time work. But so it will still take blood, sweat, and tears beyond the opportunities. This support will only get you that far. It depends on what you do with all these opportunities to push the limits, to push the boundaries, and to push this further. So I want to thank everyone who has been involved in the process, all the organizers, Alexa, Tian from UNCDF, all the innovators. Without you, we'll not be here. And I would want to wish you the very best as you make your application. Thank you very much.
Asante sana, Paul. So as your captain, I would like to report that we have landed. We have landed in Dar es Salaam. We've landed in Tanzania. We have landed on Funguo funding call launch. And on behalf of the organizing committee, Funguo team, I would like to appreciate your presence here, your time you have made. You've been attentive. Thank you very much. Maybe one thing which has not been said much is that we have innovators, we have startups, but we know they are all being incubated and accelerated by the hubs in Tanzania. The hubs will play a very big role in this call in terms of explaining what it means, what the terms mean, how to go about to help them with their pitch decks. Not only hubs, service providers, lawyers, regulators, BRELA, TRA, to make sure these applicants are compliant. We'll need everybody to come together to join hands. And one last thing, I'm calling upon other development partners to come join hands so that we move even faster and reach more far. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza. Thank you very much for being attentive, okay? I urge you to go spread the word about the call, okay? So we provide more impact. Asante sana. Asante sana. One note, interviews with the media will be outside. Karibuni sana. Asanteni sana.
Waste our